What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino, man. Look, two words, y'all. Observe and absorb. This is the key, man. This is one of the keys, I would say. Um, when you're trying to get better in life, get better at something, when you're trying to up your game, step up your progress, your status, um, two of the most important elements in that process, outside of putting God first and planning your work, you have to observe and absorb. You observe meaning watch the workings of other people that are doing it. Watch the movements of other people that have been successful and just keep an eye on how they're actually getting things accomplished. You just observe, you just watch. Just watch. And then as you're watching, you take it in, you absorb. You know how we like to say, you soak up the game. When something is being soaked up, it's just being absorbed. So you let what they're doing, you let what you're seeing them do, you let that become a part of you. You let that um, incorporate itself into your work ethic, into your hustle, and now those elements become your own. And if you're doing that, it should level you up. It should get you to a better space. Um, Sometimes we either move too fast or we move in a way that indicates that we think we got it all figured out already. We already know it all. We already know too much. And I wouldn't care what you're doing. I wouldn't care how long you've been doing whatever it is you're doing. You never know it all. Everything changes and evolves. Technology comes out of left field in this day. We live in a technology age, and different waves of technology kick in out of left field all the time. And just when you think you got a handle on one thing, or just when you think that you have a particular formula about one thing, it shifts. It takes a turn, and now you gotta start all over, or you have to readjust. So even in your successful state, we have to make sure that we continue to observe, because what are we observing even in our successes? We are observing any possible changes that the game may be making, any transformations that the game may be taking on. And it doesn't matter how good you're doing, you better be focusing on what you're doing, but peeking over there at the same time, because it's something groundbreaking always coming. And one of the best ways to kind of not have to break stride and keep moving is to get ahead of things or get on board early with things, with new waves. You know, every new wave doesn't catch on. Every new wave does not become the wave, but it's still good to kind of learn. And that's something that I know I need to work on. I got to get better at that, because you get set in your ways, you get locked in, and you feel like, man, yeah, I heard about that, but I don't even need that. You don't need that until you need that. And then sometimes by the time you realize that you need it, you behind. You playing catch up. So even things that you don't understand, watch it and absorb it, and take the information to somebody who may be able to get a better hold of it than you have, and that can help you um, grasp it and get better at it. Because the last thing you want to do is become an ancient relic, to become a obsolete entity in a field that you are gifted in, a field that you were blessed to be good at, because you stayed stagnant. You can't do the same. You can't. People had to learn how to dribble with their left hand, even though they was right-handed. You got away with dribbling with your right hand all that time until a defensive player figured you out and said, oh, he can't go left, and took that away. So the way to not have to worry about that when you come across that person is to work on your left before you even have to use it. So observe, meaning keep watch, pay attention to what's going on, keep your eyes on all the movers and shakers and anything that's going on. And then as you observing, you absorb, you take it in. Don't be afraid. And see, because taking it in don't mean you have to keep it. See? You don't always like what you see, but you look at it. You don't always like what, you may not always need what you absorb, but you take it in anyway. Then you make the decision later on whether or not if it's something good for you. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. The new episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast is up right now, fresh off the press. So y'all go check it out, man. We got the homie Mr. Wired up on there. Y'all subscribe to this channel and the Underground Dialogue podcast. And I'll catch y'all with another one, man, later on. All right, peace.